So what we're going to do right now is scrape this website. This is a very good website for scraping for beginners because it doesn't block your IP, doesn't matter how many times you do a request to this website. So first let's create a Scrapy project. Let's open the command prompt. So I want to put my project in the Python folder. It's located on Documents. Now let's create it. Scrapy star project, and let's name it code to scrape. You can name it anything you want. And now we're going to follow those two lines. So as it said, cd code. So I'm gonna press tab to continue, automatic, and then Scrapy gen spider, and then let's name our Python file. Let's call it code. And then the website, let's copy this website, paste it. I'm gonna remove the HTTP because Scrapy is going to add it automatically for us. And then press enter. Created spider code using template basic in module code to scrape.spider.code. Okay, now if you go to our folder, you can see now that the folder got created, code to scrape, as you can see here. We have this item was pre-created for us. This is the code file that we created, and we're going to write our code. But first, Scrapy has a command line called Scrapy shell. If you do cls and do Scrapy shell, this allows us to, let's paste the link. This allows us to try to get the data before actually writing the code. So make sure that our code works. When we turn in the response, it returns in a variable called response. So we are sending the request and we're getting a response. So let's print the response. As you can see, we get 200, which means the website works. And now let's access this code and try to print it. So let's click on Ctrl+Shift+C. Okay, and now let's press in this code. Okay, so it's highlighted here. It's inside this div tag and then code, and inside it's span and class text. Okay, here let's press Ctrl+F. Okay, so we're going to use CSS selectors, but you can also use XPath. These are easy, simple to learn. Let's access this code. Okay, to access it, let's press dot and then code. As you can see, it's highlighted, and then we want to access this class text. To at the end, we want to access this code. Then space dot text, and as you can see, this one is highlighted. Now let's copy this. Let's write response dot CSS, and inside code, let's let's paste it, and then do dot get, right, dot get to get the first item. Press enter, and as you can see, we get that line span and the class text and also the code. We want the text version, so we just add double quotes here, double colon, sorry, and then text. If I press enter, I get this text. Okay, let's try again. Try to get this author name. So it's under the code here, code class, and then it's under the class, author class. I'm going to do the same thing. So instead of text, it's going to be author. Now, as you can see, it's highlighted. So let's let's press on the upper array, okay, to get back the first one, the previous one. And then instead of text, let's write author here. And now you can press enter. As you can see, we get the author name. Let's go to our code now. If you can see that our website is HTTPS, so here we need to add the S here. So what we're going to do is press Ctrl+Shift+C. So I want to loop through those boxes. We have 10 boxes, which is the code. So for let's call it box is equal to response.css, and then dot code to access the box, which is which is code. And then let's loop through those boxes for, let's call it item end box. So what we want is the title, not the title, the code. The code is equal to item.css and then dot author, not author, sorry, code. I think code. Let's check first one. No, it's text. It's text. Okay. Text dot get and author is equal to item.css dot author. Yeah, I remember this, author. Okay. Dot get and then tags. Let's check them. Tags. Ctrl Shift C, press this. Okay, it's under the tag, under the code, then tags, yeah, and there is a or the tags class. We're going to use the e. Tags is equal to item.css dot tags, then a. And here we're not going to do get, we're going to get all because there's more than one item. The get, we will get only one item, but if we want to get all of them, we need to do get all. And they're going to be inside the list. And now we're going to yield it. This is a Python keyword that Scrapy uses it. Inside a dictionary, let's name it here. Code is equal to code, which means this code. There's comma, author. Oh, sorry, not equal. I said a dictionary, so it should be a colon. And then author, and then tags. Let's write tags. And now, if you run our code, to write it, you're going to write it in command prompt. So let's write exit to exit from this. Let's add CLS to clean it. And now to write the code, we have to be inside this folder, which is spiders folder. We have to be here to run this because we're going to run the code.py. So I'm gonna do cd code, press tab, and then cd spiders. Okay, now we are inside this folder. Now I can do Scrapy crawl code. Why code? We took it from the name here. If it's called main, you should write main here, but it's code, so write code. Let's wait a little bit. We get item scrape 10. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we get tags, which means we forgot to write the text. Let's check our code again. Yeah, we forgot something. Yeah. Double colon and then text. Here also double colon, write text, and here double colon text. Again, CLS upper arrow key to go back. And oh, it didn't work. Yeah, I wrote one colon. That's why it didn't work. Again. This is trial and error. That's what most of the time I'm gonna do. Okay, the code, okay. The author, the tags, as you can see, they're inside the list. Now we can store them inside the CSV file, and we need to write dash and then the O. So this is O, not a 0. O, we can do lowercase. Lowercase means appending, but U per O means creating from scratch. Even if the file exists, it will create it and remove everything and modify it. It's like the write mode when writing to files. And then let's name it code, for example, .csv, and press enter. Now we should see a file, as you can see here. Let's open it. And now, as you can see, we got the code, we got the author and the tags. So we have those weird characters here because we need to convert that into UTF-8. Let's do this. I'm gonna do encode.encode. Right, ascii. Ignore here. Ignore dot decode UTF-8. And now if we run our code again, you can see it's working here. So we do have in the author, I'm going to do the same thing here. Just copy and paste it. Let's run the code again. And now, as you can see, the text doesn't have that weird characters. Okay, now let's go to pagination. What if we want to scrape all the pages here? So let's press Ctrl-Shift-C to the next page. As you can see, we have page 2. If you click on it, Ctrl-Shift-C, we get page 3. See, what if I write page 1? You get the first one. So what we can do is copy this. Let's do, for example, page 10. Does it exist? Yes, it does exist. Page 15. No, there's no values. First, we need another function called star request. Do definition star request, and here's self. Okay, I'm gonna yield a Scrapy dot request, and URL is going to be this URL. Okay, let's call it star. Leave it star URL. Star URLs. Okay. And now in the parse function, I'm gonna do a for loop for num, which is number, in range. Let's do from 1 to 15. And then URL is equal to, let's copy this link here. And here I'm gonna use the num, convert it into an F string, okay? And now let's yield response dot follow. URL is equal to URL, and callback, we're going to create another method. Callback, let's call it scraping fetch self, scraping or extracting. And here let's do def scraping self and a response. It requires self and a response. Okay. And now let's see if everything works perfect. I forgot something here. This self. Yeah, to access this variable, class variable, we need to do the self. Okay, let's check more. Okay, it looks everything is okay. Let's run it. Okay, we got item scraped 100. Okay, let's check our CSV file. As you can see, now we have 100 code. We successfully paginated this website. So this way of pagination is much better than locating the button here and always try to scrape this button if it exists. You can also export to other formats like JSON or XML just by changing the mode here, changing the extension to JSON, for example. If I run our code again, you'll see that a new file got created, which is the JSON format, code.json. If you open it, you can see that we get the data perfectly.